All right. So we've got the Georgia Championship at Whistling Straits Irish? Isn't Whistling Straits... Isn't Whistling Straits the one in, like, Wisconsin? Or am I thinking of something different? Anywho. I mean, whatever the case may be, here we go. Points away from the sun. Yeah, no, I know that, but it's like the way that my lighting. I have windows and stuff behind my setup, and so when there's a little bit of light creeping in there, it changes the whole lighting of my room, even with the overhead lights on. All right. So biggest thing for me right now is I gotta get something consistent on the swing plane, because we are a little bit back and forth on whether it's a pull to the left or a push to the right. And so just having some variance there is not the greatest. Okay, I should be able to pitch this up there. Little bit of a push, but the wind is gonna keep that okay. That actually knocked down a little bit more than I expected it to. I mean, we've got a, don't get me wrong, we have a putt from within 10 feet. From this angle, it looks left to right. From this angle, actually, now that I'm looking at it again, it definitely looks left to right as well. Not like it's a lot, though, but just enough to be of concern. Ooh, okay. Get a birdie out the gate, barely, but here we are. Too much work for them to rebalance the balls and not have to change green speed and such. Yeah, it's still a little bit interesting that they did, like, actually make the decision to do that. The reason I say that is because, like, technically it is a money or a potential revenue source, right? Like, you buy VC to buy clothes, but also to buy balls. So what emote did that replace? What emote did that replace? Do I have two emotes, or did you take Kolb's out? I feel like Kolb's was actually getting used a lot to my... Not dismay, but... Alright, I'm just... Slowly but surely, I'm gonna be having emotes... My face is just gonna be plastered all over the directory. Oh, I pulled it? No! No. I mean, it's at least towards center green. Really good yardage, but just so far off. Not rebalance the balls? Yeah, like... I mean, I wasn't, I guess, fully I didn't even think about, like, them rebalancing the ball. Like, that wasn't at all in my mind as something that was... even a thing to be considered. That being said, like, I definitely am still surprised that they took it out. Just expected that to be more of a turn at the end. Ooh, okay. We're at an awkward spot on yardage here, because we probably want to land it probably about I don't know, in the 150s. That's for sure, and we're definitely not going to get that yardage. So if we give this like half loft, do we think we can... Yeah, I think if we go with something like this, we should be able to get it to land and stop pretty quick. Because I have to remember that more loft means more sit. .101 gray fast definitely takes us offline, and I think that was a little bit of a pull. What's up, Blue? Nobody's gonna buy VC now? No one was buying it anyway. I mean, I'm sure they have all sorts of data on how much people were buying VC. And I wonder, like, if it was way lower than they thought, then I don't know. Oh wow, that broke substantially more. Also rolled out quite a bit more too. All right, so we got that first one, and now we're just on freaking two-putt train. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that we see out of them that is, you know, minimal work possible, and also, you know, even back to stuff with the splashes and like, oh well, why did they just take chips away? Because like once you start caveating, then they have to start taking into consideration, you know, which bunkers were, you know, like how far from the hole, and that's the type of thing that we're definitely not going to see, in my opinion, is removing more shots than just the chip shot from the bunker, because once you start trying to eliminate other ones, then you start having to mess with how far the bunker is and all of that. Okay, I think this will be, I think 4-iron, we don't hit this like too long, should be pretty good. Gray slowed it, but we hit it 100%. Depending on the slope. Alright, a little bit much on the rollout. And it's tough because it is a par 4, so leaving ourselves just out at 15 feet for the bird. I make sure we don't give it too much pace. It seems flattish with a bit of right or left to right movement. I give it just a little bit more. Hopefully it works its way over just a little. There we go. Probably work with flops. Lindsay's inconsistent, so inconsistent. So inconsistent. I mean, I appreciate the effort that Lindsay takes to try and make it seem like they struggle like the rest of us, you know? If we aimed it out here, kind of an interesting premise. I'm tempted to try it on this first round. Play this high. High fade with the wind. That works. Wow, okay. Surprised that it gets out that far. It's still gonna be enough to get there in 2, though. So at the end of the day, I think the play is still worth it. I actually think that this hybrid is going to be too much. No, because 90% is going to be 213. We land this in the 220s. This is definitely on the green and going. Okay. So going straight at it, probably not. Let's try and play it a little bit. A little bit out towards the center of the green. Maybe play a little draw back in. That's it. Be a tough putt, but I'm like very happy to be able to just get it down to an eagle putt. Very, very, very much so okay with that. Now the problem is we are in double breaker territory. I don't think it breaks back quite as much. Something like here. Get outside and then come back in. You suck. How do we take that much off? I hit it like 1 extra % too short. Oh, man. At what headwind speed does shot shaping the right stick all the way down on the 3-wood? When is the extra carry negated by the headwind effect? I actually don't know like an exact number to that. It probably isn't that much headwind because it's only a 2-yard extra carry. Now on the driver, you get like 10 extra yards almost, or 8 or something like that. So that one probably takes a bit more, but a hybrid or a wood probably doesn't take that much. I wouldn't think. Ah. 98%, which is fine, but the push. Now we get to have a long putt. Hey, what's going on, Shotzi? Welcome back. True Sim rounds aren't pulling on the leaderboard? I think they messed something up with it. They said that they know what the problem is. They just have to fix it tonight. So I don't think it's anything difficult for them to fix. They just have to get around to it. I'm actually gonna, I think, drive this down here. Because we can get it down into, like, flop territory. Before sending in a ticket, yeah, they, it's already been talked about a little bit on the TGC Discord, so they're aware of it. This is the penalty for shaping, or actually lets you shape more? It lets you shape more. It definitely lets you shape more. I give this just a little bit. No, I'm not gonna give it any. Just a touch. I haven't dropped any frames, so everything should still be good. But yeah, like I have like 95 plus shaping on everything, and I can definitely shape more than default. Like my let me see what my club distances are. So like my driver goes 302, max backspin it goes 316. I get 14 yards of shaping out of it. Also on my wedges and stuff, I get like 17 yards of distance difference on full loft. And then I think on my other clubs, I get like 22. My pitching wedge is 22, 9 iron 22, 8 iron 22, 20 on my 7, 16 on my 6, 15 on my 5, 13 on my 4. So, like, the shaping stat, like, it definitely increases the amount that you can shape. Because you have to think about it this way. It gives you less effect to do the same amount of shaping, and thereby that increases the amount of shaping that you can do, because you're scaled down, I think, to the same narrowness conversion from whatever your tempo normally looks like, or your swing plane normally looks like. Like, that stuff starts at whatever the upgraded version is depending on your other stats, but then the amount that it shrinks is the same scale-wise, right? So 218 with some wind at the back, and then we can run it out. This 4 iron should go. Also increases spin. Yeah, I think shaping also just increases the amount of spin you can put on a shot. I would imagine is how that operates. Alright. So, like, I definitely knew that this was going to be on the shorter side, but I could not go with the hybrid. The hybrid was just too long. Unless I wanted to try and feel out some sort of partial. That's not the way to push it. Wow. Not as much break at the end. We will definitely take that. Eagle on 8, 7 under through 8. Here we go. Here we go. Big drive out here. Probably need to deal off some. Wait, what are we API checking for? Oh no, that's not gonna stop fast enough. You know what? I'll take light rough there. That is a-okay. API check, hacker, etc. Nice shooting. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Pull fast. It's just like the combination, like that's just me now in the overcorrected to the left. It's definitely an unfortunate thing to have happen, but you know, if we're not good on swing plane, then we're not good on swing plane. Doesn't matter which direction we're wrong. Okay, so we know that it's a bit left to right at the start, and then I feel like as it goes towards the end, it just swings more. So I'm gonna start this outside here and just try and get the right pace. There's the right pace. You gotta swing for me. Okay. It's actually really not a bad read. Just a little bit too much break assumed. Got one shot worse each round you played of True Sim this week? 7-6-5-4? In a way, you could say that's extremely consistent. All right, we're gonna blast it down here and see how our pitch game is. Maybe if we're lucky enough, it goes all the way out to be just a nice flop. Got to 47 under, need to figure out win math. All right, gonna give this flop some backspin. Look at that touch. Look at that touch. There we go. If you yeah, if you go 3 under, 2 under, 1 under, 0, you know, even next week, that'll be even more impressive. Just keep the trend going week to week. All right. Six iron's gonna be too long. This'll take me into the 190s, and I'll definitely be short. So do I really wanna maybe shape? No, 6 iron. Something like this, and we're just gonna try and go straight at it. A little bit fast, but it doesn't look like the swing plane pulled, so that's just too long. Too long. Not enough shape on it, I guess. I think just with the... I think with lofting with the tailwind, I have to take off a bit more than I think. And maybe I could have squeezed... Maybe I could have squeezed the 7 out here. Hit it too firm and it broke way more. Okay, we have to make sure that we learn from our mistakes and don't take these putts for granted. Always look at them. The short comebacker is like one that you can very easily take an extra stroke on. Hey, what's up, Ashley? How we doing, man? I don't know if I've seen you since. How was the World Series game? I know that you were leaving and then it rained out. So I'm assuming you went then the next night, right? Like, I'm assuming that they just were pushing tickets back. I mean, that had to have been a great game to go to with all the home runs and everything. I have to give more respect to these bounces on the shorter shots. I like definitely don't anticipate near as much. It just breaks so much. It just breaks so much. Oh, that's tough. That is very tough. Alright, so this time, let's try and maybe get our shot right. Downhill. Downwind. Gonna need a little loft and some backspin, and hopefully this is gonna be one that we can get to stop a little bit better. Problem is, I hit it 102, so the carry is gonna get me in trouble. Yep, there it is. Hit the tempo I wanted and everything. Just the 2% extra power is enough to send you way over the other way. Right, let's see if we can make... this putt down the hill here. It's gonna be touchy and it's gonna break more than I want it to, but that's kind of the nature of the game, right? Hey, what's going on, Mike? How was the stream, man? Thank you very, very much for the raid. Oh, a little iRacing. Okay. I've always thought that the sim racing stuff would be pretty cool, but it's definitely a commitment. Both time and money. to get into those, but like having a steering wheel and stuff, like that's gotta be a fun experience. All right, I'm seeing plenty of break here. And I am correctamundo. Plenty of break. Yes, thank you. I should like have a golf ball next to me so I can do the same thing. Commitment, it's an addiction. Yeah, like every time that, like, now that I'm into F1 and stuff, like that seems like it would be a blast. And then like watching the guys back when the last Gran Turismo game came out, like I had that like itch of like, ooh, well, I don't have a PlayStation 5 right now, but like would a racing wheel and like Assetto Corsa and stuff be you know, like my brain is just going like, oh well, the racing stuff would be fun to get into, but like there's definitely a monetary barrier to entry and then the time commitment to get good at it. I was like, this is definitely a bit much for me at the moment. Oh, how's it going here? Saucy, welcome back, guys. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Giving ourselves another eagle opportunity? Okay. I like these. I definitely like these. I hate the fact though that it seems like it should be so flat, but it just feels like it breaks like this. I think I pushed it a little bit, so like it definitely started out to the right and then came back. And so that push might have been just enough to get it outside the hole. You've been doing it for 7 years, still haven't gotten good? So how does iRacing compare to some of the other simulator stuff? Because my big understanding with iRacing is that there's a monthly fee, and it's always tough for me to get into subscription games. You like that, Lucas? Fresh new memes? What moment inspired that? I'll bring it up after this round. All right, 8 iron, little loft, give it some backspin. I hit it fast. Pull. So the fast push is a little bit too much for the fast there, but yardage is good. So like that's definitely what I was going for. Not cheap, but you think it's worth it? Other alternatives that are reasonable? Yeah, I've definitely seen quite a few. But that's only PC stuff, right? That's definitely short on power anyway. Yeah. I think with the right power we might be in a good spot. Yeah, because I think that's probably why the Gran Turismo games and such do so well over on PlayStation, is due to the fact that they don't have much for the other alternatives. Look at that. Look at that extra drive. The little 330 carry. It probably ends up being almost too much here. Oh no, it's perfect. 110. So we're a little bit downhill with downwind. But we can shape these things pretty good. Sit. That bounce is just a little firmer than I want it to be. Just a little bit firmer. I mean, it's on me for not having, like, truly factored it in by this point. It feels a little right to left to me. It is a little right to left to me. Maybe I should play for it all the way. Don't just half commit to it. If it looks it, play it. Those always sting. Those always sting. But that's a me issue. I think we probably just want to play wood and get it fairway. Because, like, realistically here, we just need a wedge or a short iron. Although that got out a little bit too much. Make this look easy, Mike? What in particular? Because, like, for me, this is, like, a lot of this is just, it's how good is your distance control. I mean, like, your tempo and your swing play and everything are a part of it as well, but, like, the better you are at distance control, the better you're gonna be at just, like, getting it close to give yourself putts that aren't super crazy. Got a right to left breaker. There we go. Make the whole game look easy. Go. Well, I won't go as far as to say that tech. I'd have to actually, like, win things and win things consistently to be GOAT. But I appreciate the sentiment. Putting without the grid for starters. So putting without the grid, it's an intimidating task. It's not quite as hard as you might think, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely tough. It's like a very difficult thing, but it's also not quite as bad as it seems. Where is this? 245, wind in. I think if we maybe shape it a little bit to try and sit it. The slow push, that's gonna be rough. That's definitely not finding fairway. We're gonna have to chip out of this. So, like, the biggest thing with green reading, which I can't even get close enough to look at this. 25, 25, 20. Yeah, this should roll out fine. Maybe just a little bit of backspin. It's up the hill, though. That's so much left to right. So biggest thing with green reading is just, it's a lot of relativity. So, you know, here I can see that the ball is slightly below my feet. The pin is slightly tilted away from me. So I know that this putt, if it's below my feet and away from me, then this is gonna break a little bit left to right. So I'm just gonna, on a short putt, expect it to break left to right. Just drift back in. And so, like, with time, you get better with understanding how tilted it is, and you get better at, like, if you take a look when the grids are on of how things are tilted and how the ball reacts to that, you know, the more that you can read the green versus just the grid, you'll have a better time when the grids are off. All right, 12 under, top of the leaderboard. That's how we do it.
Go and tell your master that we have been
Duder, thank you for the follow.
With a sacred quest.
I feel like this is the point where I'm supposed to like say, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching and subscribe. So yeah, I guess that's how we'll end that video right there.